Yeah, imagine GTA 6 does that. Okay, let's see what this video is about.
Discord's come a long way since its humble beginnings as a Reddit tier, memer, fedora tipping narwhal baconing at midnight service where every time you fired it up it'd toss incredibly timeless classics at you like constructing additional pylons and overloading on memes, watch out for Wumpus, and anytime you contacted their support you were put in touch with Springle, the mystical gnome fairy elf wizard lord, to do nothing to help you with whatever problem you had. Discord has grown a lot since those days. It has been.
Is Discord the biggest party chat now? I would assume it is, right? Since it's on all consoles and stuff. Because of the leaks? I don't think they're delaying it anymore. I couldn't imagine they're delaying GTA 6 again.
A staple in society for the last couple of years. And just a few hours ago, they put out an announcement about some big upcoming changes to Discord that they may as well have just announced they're shutting down. Like, that would have been more positively received than what we actually got here. This is despicable. Discord has announced that all accounts will be age restricted by default unless you verify your age via face scan or ID.
How do you guys feel about this? I think it could be a good thing, but I think that I don't even know what to think. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't know much about the Discord world like that. I know just like the probably the most minimal stuff that I need to know about Discord, right? What is the reason behind this? What do you guys think? Like, have they announced a reason of why they're doing this? I don't go into NSFW channels, so it won't change anything for me unless you do an ID. UK and Australia had a face scan. I read that they had a data breach. Why would you want to do this then if they have a data breach then? And also, is this what it is to counteract a data breach? And I don't know nothing about like not safe for work channels and stuff, right? Like, I've never been around anything like that. Is it like that immense that they would have to do that when it comes to those channels and Discords, right? Because this is huge right here. So, like, I think anybody that is underage, they'll get restricted in that case, right? To do certain things. And I feel like the majority of Discord is definitely younger people. This is bad because of data breaches. They've had data breaches every 2 weeks. Okay, so this would be bad for a data breach. Okay.
There's also a lot more terrible things here, but that's by far the biggest. Discord, by the way, is like the least trustworthy place to be giving your data to. Only a couple months ago, Discord had a huge data breach where hackers got tons of data as well as 70,000 fucking government IDs.
Holy. That is a lot. Discord faces backlash over age checks after data breach exposed 70K IDs. Now, why is there even IDs on Discord? Like, yeah, what's another one we could use now? Man, maybe Discord might be an L now. Might have to go to like Ventrilo or Team Chat or some shit, right? Or I don't know if those two still exist, but I think it makes sense for the side of it where there's adult content, right? And for kids that are like in the Discords that are, where they shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, looking at that kind of content, then it makes sense. But I think this is first and foremost, like, they shouldn't have done this first. If they were going to do it, I think that they should redo their security situation if this is the case, that they keep having issues with this. Protecting minors is very, very important. The state of the world right now, especially, 100%. I think it's smart, but at the same time, you're kind of shooting yourself in the leg, right?
Giving Discord your biometric data and ID is like giving your paycheck to a polymarket gambling addict. It's just a terrible recipe for disaster. Now they're going with the standard play from John Madden's playbook here of corporate.
Discord will soon be expanding teen safety protections worldwide, including teen by default settings and age reassurance designed to create safer experiences for teens. We're also launching recruitment for Discord's first teen council, creating a space for teen voices to help shape our safety and well-being work. Applications are now open. I mean, that's good, right? I think that's important. Before some servers, I would had send ID to mods to access NSFW tabs. Oh, I see. I've never experienced that. So is that true then? Like, I guess like some servers make you send an ID, huh? So you can access like the adult stuff. I sent you a link. Discord sent a message 6 hours ago. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at this. Okay, Discord. We see some questions about our age assurance update, and we want to share more clarity. We know how important these changes are to our community. Here's what we want you to know. Discord is not requiring everyone to complete a face scan or upload an ID to use Discord. The vast majority of people can continue using this Discord exactly as they do today without ever being asked to confirm their age. Okay, that's good. That's a good start. You need to be an adult to access age-restricted experience such as age-restricted servers, channels, or to modify certain safety settings. For the majority of the adult users, we will be able to confirm your age group using information we already have. We will use age prediction to determine with high confidence when a user is an adult. This allows many adults to access age-appropriate features without completing an explicit age check. Okay. It seems like they are really moving towards, I guess, restriction, right? Mwah. Nice guy. Restrictions on teens. Because I guess maybe there's a lot of teens and these not safe for work servers that they shouldn't be in. I don't know the extent of that, right? So that's what it seems like they're doing. Or maybe like certain servers have access to that. I don't know. See, I don't know the extent of how servers can be. They're doing the same as Reddit. Does Reddit require an ID too when it comes to that stuff? See, I'm not in the realm or space of like Reddit or Discord. I don't use it like that, you know. I mean Reddit, Twitter, I just don't use it like that, you know. I don't know what the space is like. Let's continue. When additional confirmation is required, we offer multiple privacy forward options through trusted partners. Facial scans never leave your device. Discord and our vendor partners never receive it. IDs are used to get your age only and then deleted. Discord only receives your age. That's it. Your identity is never associated with your account. We hope this helps to clarify some of your questions. This work is important because building a safer Discord requires a thoughtful approach alongside the communities who make Discord special. I still think that with the safety issue with Discord and your private data, it leaking, what's there to say that there isn't like breadcrumbs that lead back to this that they can recover, right? Like, how permanent is it? You know what I mean? But I think overall it's solid. I think what they're saying is not bad now that they clarified it. I call him TP because he's Tom Pickles, not because he's toilet paper. I can't with you. That's okay. That's good. If you in more adult subreddits, then they don't age check. If they save it, then it's a problem. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how secure Discord can actually be, right, when it comes to this stuff. Because, again, you can always retrace back, especially if you're like a hacker or some sort, right? Like, there's ways to go back and recover data. That's my thing with it. That's what I'm saying. It's not secure at all. Just popping in before I'm off. I get off work, Bubba. Good luck tonight. If you try to get anything for Smack Example, if they do it online, I'll be checking. The Discord face scan is deleted after checking. How certain are we though? That like I said, I feel like there are ways to recover data with how hacking is these days. You know what I mean? George Orwell, 1984, Murray Leinster, a logic named Joe, and Will Gibson, neuromancer, all predicted this 40 or more years ago. What do you mean exactly? What are the specifics on that? But I think overall the clarification is good. I think what they're doing is smart, right? Because I'm sure there's a lot of underage people in servers they shouldn't be in, right? But that's not to say, like, you know, is it going to stop all of them? No. Because I feel like there's going to be a loophole around this at some point. You know, somebody's going to figure it out. Frequently asked questions. Should we continue? Let's see what this is. Holy moly, is a lot. Okay. Well, will I need to age assure to continue using Discord? No, the vast majority of people can continue using Discord exactly as they do today without ever being asked to confirm their age. In a minority of cases when additional confirmation is required, we offer multiple privacy forward options for trusted partners. So this is not, they're using a secondary company to do this. When do I need to go through an age assurance? You must be confirmed adult to access age-restricted content and experiences such as age-restricted servers and channels, or to modify certain safety settings. The majority of the Discord users don't access age-restricted content and will never go through facial age estimation flow or ID verification. And the minority of the cases where we cannot confirm you as an adult and you need access to age-restricted areas and settings, then you will be asked to go through the additional steps. You know what's weird about this, though? Did they clarify how exactly they're going about to confirm that you're an adult? Because it seems like maybe they're using like AI or something when they're trying to, because it says we use age prediction, right? That's what I've read first. We use age prediction to determine with high confidence when a user is an adult. What system are they using to confirm this is my question, you know? Because that's a little weird to me. Is it AI or like how? Like I know they say with high confidence, but I gotta take that with a grain of salt, right? When it comes to that. How does Discord use this data? We only get your age from an ID verification process and an estimated age range from facial age estimate. We use this information for safety purposes to help us deliver age-appropriate experiences on Discord. We will not use your age assurance information to target you with advertisement. We do not sell your data. We can control how we use your data. It's AI. It's got to be, right? I mean, hopefully this is true, right? Hopefully. In 1984, about the rise of the surveillance state through greater technology over time, a logic named Joe about AI that gains access to everyone's personal information through the internet. The neuromancer explores what happens once AI becomes fully self-aware. The issue is there are no regulations on security and safety for people's data, repercussions for leaks, and etc. These companies act without impunity. Yeah, you know, and I don't know if you guys heard. Apparently, AI like made like their own like, I don't know, like Facebook or Reddit thing where it's only AIs in there and they're talking amongst each other. Apparently, I don't know how deep it goes. We could look into that another time. But apparently, there is a AI like Facebook or Reddit for just AI that they created. How does facial estimation video selfie work? If you choose facial age estimation, you'll be prompted to record a short video selfie of your face. The facial age estimation technology runs entirely on your device in real time. When you're performing the verification, that means that facial scans never leave your device, and Discord vendors never receive it. We only get your age gap. So it really does sound like this is they're going for AI usage for security here, and how they come about the verification. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. How is my age group data safe on Discord? Discord's age assurance experience has designed to respect user privacy. We are partnering with dedicated age assurance vendors. Who are these vendors? Who is this company that is backing this? I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Who specialize in performing these verifications and privacy forward way. These vendors were not involved in the September 2025 data breach of our customer service agent. Our vendors performed these verifications in a way to minimize the data collected and stored for FAE. The video selfie is processed on device that never stored. IDs are processed to get your age only, then deleted. Your identity is never associated with your Discord account. I understand that. Okay. All good till they get hacked? Yeah. What are you getting from an ID or facial age estimation? What personal information do you receive? Discord only gets your age. That's it. Your identity is never associated with your account. How does the age inference model work? We leverage an advanced machine learning model developed at Discord to predict whether a user falls into a particular age group based on patterns of used behaviors and several other signals associated with the account on Discord. Interesting. If that doesn't scream AI, chat, and maybe the AI is not all that bad, but it's like, how accurate is this really going to be, right? Again, and it's like, I feel like we're still in the early stages of AI, that like we don't know what direction this could go. Like, obviously, like nothing crazy has happened other than what I said earlier, but I don't know. Like, I feel like there might be better ways around this. Yeah, using AI to help out and relieve some of the stress from actually doing the work, right? But at the same time, like, how accurate can it actually be when it comes down to it? You know, is this really going to stop people? We only use these signals to assign users to the age group when our confidence level is high. When it isn't, users go through a standard age assurance flow to confirm their age, not user message content and the age estimation model. What did I miss? We're looking at the Discord changes. How do content safety filters work? Discord's content safety filters are part of a broader teen safety assist and safety by default approach. They help reduce exposure to certain categories to potentially sensitive image-based media, especially for teens. Mature sexual media filter helps identify visual media that may contain sexually explicit or suggest material involving adults. Graphic media filter helps identity image based media that may contain violent or potentially disturbing visual material. These filters only apply to images and videos. They do not scan text, messages, voice, or calls. They are designed to support age appropriate experience while preserving private conversations. What is really good? I don't know. The face uses AI, but if you put your ID, it's fine, I guess. Since they don't save it, it's fine. But can you really take its word for it? Like, again, Discord doesn't have a good record from what I'm seeing right here. Doesn't have a good record. Well, maybe not this, but doesn't have a good record of having a good, safe, secure app, I guess. If they do save it and your ID is leaked in data breach, you can just sue them, get insane amounts of money. And the thing is like they're using AI. Like, what if the AI fucks up or something, right, and saves it?
Gobbledygook, where they're saying that this is actually in order to create a safer experience for teens that use Discord. While obviously Discord has had a history of horrible things that have happened to children that have used their service, this in no way, shape, or form is the actual impetus for why they're implementing these changes to harvest your data. They then also have a mention in that tweet there that they're starting a council for US teens aged 13 to 17 to apply to be a part of this board that's supposed to better help
let me ask you this. Creating a board with teens, is that like a smart move? What is this board gonna do essentially, right? Like, I don't know if they're giving power to teens within this council and how it's going to work. not saying that, kids aren't smart or anything. Like, it's like, at the end of the day, they're kids. And I don't think that you haven't got to a point where you can make the best choices yet. You know what I mean? I don't know. It depends on really how this council works.
Steer Discord in a direction that's safer for children. What do you like? How does a kid submit a resume? What's your work experience? We need at least 7
That's what I'm
years of,
saying.
Nickelodeon internships or something in order to accept you on the Discord children's board here. It's a very weird proposal. Now, going to their announcement here, when would users need to verify their age group? Users are only prompted to verify their age group when they attempt to access certain age-restricted content, settings, or features. After completing age assurance, users won't be asked to verify again for future age-restricted actions. A user may be prompted to verify their age group if they attempt to unblur media flagged by our sensitive content filters or attempt to change any of the default sensitivity content filter settings to show sensitive content, turn off message requests, access age-restricted channels and servers, speak in a stage channel, and toggle on age-restricted command settings.
Kids are smart, but they're dumb. The thing is, like, kids are definitely smart, right? I think they're smart enough to even find a loophole through this if they're trying to access those channels. But at the same time, kids just don't have experience. You know what I mean? There's no experience there. And I think that, it depends really on what this council does of teens, right? If this council is just run by teens, I don't think it's going to work out well.
Then in bold at the very bottom, importantly, this does not mean everyone will need to confirm their age just to use Discord. Not yet, at least. I'm sure that's right around the corner. But they knew that they would catch a big load of fucking poop from this for all of their users because nobody wants to just be willy-nilly giving all of their data, their fucking
exactly.
face
But at least we got
scan,
clarification.
ID and everything to Discord. Of all companies. A company that literally just had a massive data breach, by the way. Many people can use Discord exactly as they do today without ever being asked to confirm their age. Now, here's the default safety settings that if you attempt to alter, you will then most likely be prompted to fork over your data, whether that's an ID or a face scan. So they're calling it Teen by Default, because these settings establish a clear safety baseline designed with teens in mind, with flexibility for adults to customize their experience. Adults can always choose to verify their age and change them or leave this setting as is. Unless a user is confirmed to be an adult, these safety settings stay in place and can't be changed. So they're immutable unless you are giving, of course, your precious data, which is a current...
Let me ask you this, so what if you're a teen and you've made an account and it sees you as an adult already? I think there could be an issue there, right? Like if this AI doesn't detect them as a teen, because again, I'm just gonna say I think it's gonna be AI that's running all this, right? That's gonna be the security thing that's trying to clarify teen, adult, whatever it is. But does this mean that if your account is seen as an adult already, do you not have to go through these steps? People do not usually look their age in my experience. Well, I don't know if they're going by that, right? Like, if you're talking about like the verifications or like how whatever Discord does it, I don't know. This is ridiculous to me.
Currency more valuable than
it's all
money,
done 100%.
Which is why every company is scrambling to do everything they can to try and roll out some changes that require you to give them your data, so that way they can sell it to other entities. At this point, it's most likely going to AI-based companies, but it goes all over the place, and it always has. So then it goes into lay out the default settings, such as the content filters, age-gated spaces, message requests, friend request alerts, and stage restrictions. So the wacky new philosophy over there at Discord is everyone's a child unless proven otherwise. Children by default. It's...
That answered my question.
It's a pretty interesting strategy. I don't know if this is what Wumpus has been cooking ever since they banished him to the back rooms or what, but...
Oh, this is not going to be good, chat. What? I think, they're really shooting themselves in the leg, chat, with this.
Fascinating idea. brace yourself because maybe this is a controversial take. This perhaps could be spicy. Do you know how you really protect children on Discord? You don't let children on Discord.
I was literally going to say that. I think at the end of the day, when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? Even when it comes to my stream, right? If you allow your children, your teenager, to access this content and you're not looking over what they're doing, that is on the parents' fault. That is the parents. You know what I'm saying? I get that this is to protect them a little bit more if maybe the parents don't have restrictions like that. But at the end of the day, it's just like this really stems down to the parents. I mean, don't let your children on Discord. What is the way to stop that? Check IDs? What do you mean? Like, what you're talking about? Like Discord doing it? Wear glasses and a face scan. I think it makes you look older. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could. There's probably ways around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think like they could have came about this in a different way maybe, but at the end of the day, it's like if you don't keep track of your kids and what they're doing and what they're on, that's on you. You know what I mean?
To tie into something I was just yapping about a couple days ago, and it's something I've said numerous times over the years, but we are in an era where parents do not want to be parents. They would much rather just plop their kids in front of an iPad or a computer and let the internet raise their kids for them, and just let them have completely unmonitored, unfiltered, unlimited access to the cyberspace, the World Wide Web.
Would you guys agree with that? I think that's very true. I think in today's time, kids aren't really kids anymore with access to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, times change and stuff, right? But I think when it comes down to it, like there's no discipline like it was back in the day. Back in the day, you would discipline your kids, but just from what I've seen, people they don't discipline their kids anymore, unfortunately. You know? I had to take my glasses off for passport and travel scans. I was like, glasses are going to throw the whole thing off. What in the Clark Kent? Don't have kids if you ain't gonna watch them. Teach them proper internet safety. Yeah, last generation literally sent kids out all day without monitoring. I think though, like, you know, you're playing with the neighborhood kids and stuff, right? Is you know, but I don't know. I get what you mean by that, but I feel like when it comes down to the internet, what's worse? You letting your kids play out with the neighborhood kids, or you letting your kids have access to the internet with all this crazy data out there. You know? Most parents say yes, but I feel like good parents know that's not true. Be home by the time streetlights come on. Sure. We went missing several times. I understand that it happens. Those things happens, right? Like, obviously some parents are single parents. They can't watch their kids. The kids are going to do whatever the fuck they want. And I do think that is a factor when it comes down to both sides of it, right? Went back in the day and now, because there's a lot of single parents, and it's hard to keep watch of them, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like when it comes to having kids and managing them properly, I think that it's a tough thing, you know, especially being a single parent too, you know. But realistically though, I think the shit that kids see and know in today's time is a lot worse than what we you know, my time period with you know, when we were kids. Because when we were kids, we were just kids. We were just playing outside, fucking around, playing basketball, playing with the neighborhood kids. You know what I mean? But like in today's time, the kids have access to the internet and unlimited data that they shouldn't be accessing. I think that's worse, you know. And I get it. Kids can go missing. Kids can wander off and fucking get kidnapped or something. That's always the thing too. But like at the same time, you can also say like you see stories of kids on the internet meeting people from Roblox and going with them and getting killed. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing almost, but like I feel like if the kid didn't have access to certain things like that, then things like that wouldn't have happened, right? Oh my god! Hi, Melchico. Oh my gosh, I know him. I used to watch him all the time as a teenager. Yeah, I love Moist Critical. 5 stream streak. The internet is different than letting kids roam free for hours, which has its own dangers. The internet exposes them quickly to insane amount of stuff that they shouldn't be seeing in a short time. To be fair, I was born in the '80s and definitely met up with strangers on the internet as a teenager. Internet has always been rough. See, I've never done anything like that. I think like there was less of that back in the day because not everybody had access to the internet too, right? But you know, obviously we're kids. We were kids back in the day too, and kids are curious and they're gonna do dumb things, right? This is why I'm getting out too. Like, I feel like when you're a teen, you think you know shit, but you don't know shit. I drove an hour and a half to meet up with some rando. That's crazy. I would never have done that. You know. Um, didn't tell my parents where I was going. See, yeah, and is that your fault though? I feel like that could be your parents' fault too, right? Like not looking over you as much, you know. And I was a good kid. I feel like you're probably a good kid, but I feel like you just make dumb choices because you're curious. I was very trustworthy, so you took advantage of that, but also dumb as fuck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my mom told me about the girl they found dead on the news of the game server or something. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they just recently, like, if you guys don't know, they just recently found a 17-year-old girl that met up with like a 39-year-old on Roblox, and he killed her. And apparently, they found like other bodies and stuff. I don't know. It I'm gonna say this. I think that there needs to be better, yes, restrictions online, but also the parents need to pay more attention to their kids and also discipline them.
And as such, the entire landscape of the internet has shifted to constantly be catering towards children using it, which is extraordinarily different from how it was when I was growing up,
Yeah,
where the internet was made for adults and kids had like certain special pockets online. But by and large, the internet was focused on adults using it.
that's
Whereas
true.
now it's just been normalized for parents to turn their kids loose online and let them run wild. So as a result, everything on the internet has changed in order to compensate for that. And make no mistake, Discord making this change, its primary goal isn't to protect kids using their service, it is to harvest your data because it's going to be very, very valuable for Discord. And getting everyone more and more comfortable with mass surveillance and no privacy turning over your information and data is something that tons of companies are doing everything in their power to do.
Would y'all agree with that though? What do y'all think about what he said right there? Right? It's not, and that was my thing too. Like when it's like, why are you using AI when I feel like you could do this better and have someone actually make the judgment call on this, right? What's up, Dad Buzz? Younger generations now seem to have less critical thinking skills than previous generations, on top of the shorter attention spans and other things. Not sure how we fix this on a mass scale, sadly. You can never. At the end of the day, people are individuals, right? And it's like every parent and parenting is different, you know, when it comes down to that. So it may not be their direct intention to sell our data, melty cheese. However, it could also be trying to get ahead of legal issues as much as they can. Could be. I think at the end of the day, though, I don't think this is actually truly from what I'm reading. It's an excuse to do certain things, basically get more information on you by making it sound good, like they're protecting kids and teens. You know what I mean? I just something's just weird about this. I don't trust them with my data, but also I don't feel my data is all that important enough for me. But really worried I don't give them as much as. But if they ask, then for more, we're gonna have issues. No, I don't want that happening to me because my conversation should be private and not seen by stuff like that, or my data be private, not there for everyone to see. Well, like the porn sites that require age verification in many states. Well, that's I think that's fair. That's smart. You know, it's weird. I don't like it, but it's weird. Like I don't know. Like, has that really ever stopped people and kids when it comes to age verification? You know what I'm saying? It never has. And I feel like there's so many websites out there to access pornography, right? Like it doesn't even have to be a porn site, but I'm sure that there's so many sites you can go to and find loopholes to get access to porn. If you really, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to that. Honestly, do we really think our data is private currently? Our data's never been private. You know what I mean? Data's never been private. You know?
They just found a convenient excuse to try and paint it as something good, like protecting kids from bad people on Discord. Now, something else in their announcement is this about a toolkit that's going to be introducing age inference to help determine with high confidence whether a user on the platform is an adult. So, from the way they describe it, it seems like it's going to be this tool that's monitoring your activity to find patterns of your usage and make an estimation of your age based on what you engage in on Discord.
We read that.
Admittedly, I'm a bit confused
What's
on
up, Kill
exactly
Switch?
what this is, but from the sound of things, it is something that's running in the background that monitors user behavior. So if you're someone that's frequenting tax channels on Discord in order to help with your taxes, it would likely view that behavior as likely an adult using the account.
That's just so weird though. Like you're getting monitored now, right? Now you're getting, who's to say they weren't monitoring you before, but like now you're getting monitored. That's just odd to me. That one is pretty funny. I know plenty of adults that seem like children. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is this really gonna detect things like that? You know what I mean? Hang on, for real. There are tax channels on Discord, I guess. I don't know. If there are more sites going to be asking for age verification, they should just do a new type of ID to access the internet. It hides personal data, but is credible for ID for age verification, but also helps identity if you're a scammer, cheater, or another type of bad actor in games or other sites. Yeah. I think that with this though, it's so odd to me with the way they're coming about it, right? Yeah, I don't want this honestly because of the adult stuff I've been doing. Don't want it to be detected, and that's fair. I think it's weird that they have some sort of detection to tell if you're an adult, right? But I don't know. It's just it's so weird to me. It doesn't make sense. Like I get what they're saying here, but it also doesn't make sense.
So then it would just internally have you as an adult account, so you wouldn't need to complete an explicit age verification flow. Like if I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah, definitely a kid, right?
Sure
me too, bro.
That is to me.
Me
it sounds
fucking
like
too.
What YouTube introduced not long ago, where it monitors user usage behavior and will make an estimation of their age based on what they engage in on the platform. So for Discord, it seems like it's doing that too.
I didn't know YouTube did that. I had no idea YouTube did that. To be fair, IP is tracked. I have no children living in my household, so ta-da, done. Put it in the internet providers. If I download a movie, they will send me a letter about how pirating is illegal. Yeah, they done that to me a long time ago when I was a kid. Yeah, people are upset that they're going to have enough data to use to see if you're an adult. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's really weird. I don't like this, honestly. Yeah, I think my birthday should be enough to tell that I'm adult. I don't need AI for that for me either. Like they have the ability. It's just I don't know. Like, and I don't know. It's tracking you at the end of the day with what you're doing and anything you're doing. And obviously that's been done, right? Obviously you guys will see like you get ads geared towards you, right? And depending on like if you type in Oreo cookies, all of a sudden in the Google search, right, you're gonna find that you're gonna get a bunch of Oreo ads. It's weird. That's always been happening, but now it's like more apparent.
And if it determines that you're an adult, you might not have to submit your facial scan or government ID. But again, I could be totally wrong. Now here's Discord treating its users like dogs, trying to coat this pill in peanut butter to make it easier to swallow. We also offer other assurance methods through our collaboration with trusted, privacy-forward partners such as facial age estimation and ID scan, all designed to minimize data use and maximize user control. There's no way of dressing that up in any way that is actually privacy-forward, by the way.
Yep.
We will continue exploring and validating additional age assurance approaches with the goal of expanding options and giving users choices that work best for them. After completing a chosen method, users will receive confirmation via direct message from our official Discord account. A user's assigned age group can be viewed at any time in My Account settings. Users can also go to My Account settings to appeal by retrying the process. We currently only prompt users to age assure when they are in the Discord app and trying to access age-restricted content or update specific safety settings. We do not send emails or text messages about our age assurance process or results. So then they go into the key privacy protections. On-device processing. Video selfies for facial age estimation never leave a user's device. Quick deletion. Identity documents submitted to our vendors are quickly deleted, in most cases, immediately after age confirmation. Not in every case, by the way, just most of them they're like immediately deleted, but usually it's like...
Did y'all see that? Y'all caught that, right? I'll read it to you guys. Quick deletion. Identity documents submitted to our vendors are deleted quickly, in most cases, immediately after age confirmation. Man, what? It is third party. Yeah, they're going to other people to do this. So I want to know who the vendor is. That's what I'm asking. That's what I've been asking this whole time, too. It's like, who is the fucking vendor? Who are they using for this? Why don't we have clarity on that?
Quick. Like, I'm talking lickety-split. Straightforward verification. In most states, users complete the process once and their Discord experience adapts to their verified age group. Users may be asked to use multiple methods only when more information is needed to assign an age group. Fuck, Jesus. Private status. A user's age verification status is only available to that user and cannot be seen by others. We're intentional about selecting and working with age assurance partners with strong privacy practices and limit data collection to what's strictly necessary for age assurance. There you have it. That's the big changes coming to Discord right around the corner. And don't let Discord deceive you into thinking that this is a change that they're making for a positive reason, like protecting kids that use Discord. That's not
You look at it as a whole now that like I've seen this, what he was saying. You look at it as a whole. They really are moving towards like the route of like what Facebook, what YouTube, TikTok, everybody else is doing, right? And they're trying to take your information, monitoring what you do, and cater, I don't know, whatever they do with the data, but also cater content or cater certain things to you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's not ads, but it is very fishy.
Actually why they're making this big pivot here at all. It's just in this race that every company on the planet is engaged in to collect as much data as possible and get people as comfortable as possible with just giving their data willingly. So that way they can just harvest it easily, no hiccups. This is not a good change, and it is not something that anyone should be looking forward to. Do I think it's actually going to kill Discord? No. I don't think so. I know a lot of people are saying that this is the end of Discord, and even me with the title RIP Discord, I don't actually think it's going to sink them. I think people are just going to shrug their shoulders and just fork over the data in order to keep using the platform that they've already become accustomed to. I don't believe people ever really have a huge willingness to switch off of things that they become used to. There's endless examples to pull from, even like in gaming. People have set games that are their comfort game, and they maybe might tinker around with playing a new game in the same genre, but typically always go back to the one that they've just spent the most time with, and right now that's Discord. So I don't think that this is going to be, a huge destruction of Discord, even though I think it should be. I just don't think people are actually going to make a switch to something else in its place because people are just too used to Discord's service at this point.
I think that's true.
But I guess we'll see. I could be entirely wrong.
I think at the end of the day, right, like, the people that like people don't like change and don't want to change. You know what I mean? And so they're stuck in their ways and they want to stay with what they know because it's comforting in some way, shape, or form, right? And like this is what I think. When it comes down to it, if you're not accessing not safe for work channels over the age of 18 channels, this may not be something that will cause any issues to you, right? Like me, for example, I just use it for communication and hanging out with friends and when we play video games and stuff. It's really what it is for me. I don't know again, I don't know the other side of Discord outside of that. So I think if you are in the same realm of what I do, this might not be a complete issue. Is it a shitty thing? I think that they're doing. Yeah, I think this is dog shit. This is a stupid excuse. And people that agree with this, I don't think they're seeing it for what it actually is. What's up, Gloomy?
Skype, for example. Skype, by all definitions, was too big to fail. They were the top dog until Discord came around and ate their lunch. Discord was a superior service to Skype, and Skype ate shit for it. It never adapted, it never changed, and it died. So who knows, maybe I'm entirely wrong, and something will pop up now that Discord is in a really rough spot, lost their footing here. Maybe something else will come and take its place, and people will flock to that instead, so that way they don't have to play ball with these kind of new changes. We'll see. I'm just not super optimistic about that happening, but I'd love to be wrong about it. Anyway, that's really about it. See.
Yeah, we're in ads. We're in ads. Yeah, chat. This is what I think. At the end of the day, I think for the majority that use Discord, probably, I feel like don't even really like think about this or know about this, until it occurs. And I don't think it's gonna really it's gonna be something that they're gonna brush over for the most part, the majority, right? I don't want to be that person. What's happening to Discord? They're implementing ID and face scanning for 18 plus content or servers, and to protect teens from what they keep saying, protect teens and kids, right? When it comes to it, and I think it's a sham, because at the end of the day, they're monitoring what you're doing to make a judgment call with confidence if you're an adult or not.